Hi, this video is for Virgo Sun, Moon, or Rising signs. Virgo, how are you guys doing? And girls, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys will enjoy this tarot reading for you guys and girls for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I will be dividing the reading into 6 categories, but before I go into the reading for Virgo for the next 2 weeks, from the date that you see that it is published on YouTube, in the description box, you will see the date that I uploaded the video. So the reading will be good for 2 weeks, and you will see that I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to try, and I'm going to upload another reading for each zodiac sign in 2 weeks. Hopefully like exactly 2 weeks. I'm going to try to do, 4 of the signs, the same 4 signs, 3 days consecutively. So it will hopefully be exactly 2 weeks for you, Virgos. If you don't know you might know your sun sign. I hope you do. But if you don't know your sun sign, or if you don't know your moon sign, or if you don't know your rising sign, because you can watch this if you're a Virgo moon or rising as well, then you can always type in free birth chart generator into the search bar in the internet, and you type in your birth day, month, year, time. You should know the time, and the place you were born, and you just click generate, and they'll generate a birth chart for you for free, and you can look at the birth chart and they'll explain to you. They usually have a pretty detailed explanation of where your moon is located in your birth chart, so what your sign is for your moon, and also what planet was rising when you were born, so that will be your rising sign. Some people don't know this, so that's why I explain it, but because I didn't know it before as well, so I just found out really recently what my moon and my rising are. So 6 categories for this tarot reading. We have mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, intellectually, and financially. So mentally will be about thoughts, physically will be about health, emotionally will be about feelings, spiritually will be about soul, intellectually will be about planning, and financially, the final one will be about money and career. I will be drawing 3 cards from my main deck for each category, each of the 6 categories. And then I have as well a deck for clarification cards. Bear with me because I shuffle really slowly, and sometimes the messages aren't, straight out to you. Like I can't just all of a sudden, wham bam, give you a message specific to what the message is that needs to be said. But if you are patient with me, we will get a good message. Keep in mind, I do have to say that this, I don't want you to be upset because maybe not everything I'm saying is applying to you for Virgo. But this isn't a personal reading. I try to keep my types of readings consistent. But yeah, a personal reading would be a little bit better for sure, because if you wanted to get more specific details about your life, I'm working on doing personal readings, just to let you know. But yeah, if you wanted more specific details about your life, I would suggest going to see someone for a personal reading. But for a general reading, this will be helpful as well. You might find some things that you could find useful. So I know that sometimes I watch videos for my sun sign or moon sign or rising sign, and I do sometimes connect with some of the messages. Not always all of them. Sometimes people say something, I'm like, well, that's definitely not me, but it is general reading for people here on YouTube, because we could be speaking to several people, and one reading for several people might not always connect with everybody. So for Virgos, I feel like this camera's off, sorry. For Virgos, if I look down, it's because I'm shuffling the cards. Virgos, mentally, in your thought life, what can we expect? This reading is for this week and next week. It's a general reading, but what can we generally expect for Virgos, sun, moons, and risings? Okay, mentally, we have the 10 of Wands, Castle on a Hill, creating something big. Mentally creating something big with the Ten of Wands. For Virgo. Creating something big with the help of the devil. Just joking. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? But yeah, we got the devil card. This can be a strong ally though. Mentally also, Knave of Swords. Tapping on the back here. I feel like the Knave of Swords. I feel a lot of peace for you, Virgo, mentally. I'm seeing a lot of peace for you mentally. You are in the works of creating something big. You will need the help of enlightenment. You will need the help of consistent questioning, okay? It's really important to question, Virgo. Your motto is, I analyze. I forgot to remember that, but that's true. Your motto is, I analyze. So maybe you already know what I'm talking about when I say this. I feel like you might already be pros at questioning, at creating big things in your mind. But somebody is tapping this Knave of Swords on the back. Somebody wants your mental attention. Virgo. Can we get an idea of who wants my Virgo babies, Sun, Moon, and Rising's mental attention, please? We have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Four of Pentacles. I'm getting some clarification cards. And we have the Five of Cups. So let me just put them in order for Virgo. I'm going to see the story that we have here. So we're starting off with the first. There's a lot of complication here. I don't understand Virgos because I'm not a Virgo. But let me read through this energy for Virgos. Starting off to balance. Starting off to balance. I'm feeling a lot of confusion for you, Virgos, mentally in the next week or so. I feel like you're starting off a little bit confused. You really had intended to start off this week really feeling good and feeling balanced. In the past, little while, you have been really good at balancing, so good that it's actually become a more complicated situation, but you've still been balancing quite easily. But with the Five of Cups for this next 2 weeks, emotionally, emotionally because it's cups, but mentally you're thinking about your emotions, but I see that you're not. Five of Cups. Mentally for my Virgos who are analyzing. I'm feeling disappointment. Because you really thought, Virgo, that you were starting the week off with, on a good foot, so to speak. And it's almost like you don't know how to analyze what's happening now. You feel like you're confused and you're just doing whatever you need to do to get through the day. Maybe that's how you're starting off this week. Almost feeling like a puppet and feeling like you've been betrayed. But what is the solution then? How can my Virgos feel better, because that's not a good way to feel. And so how can they look on the bright side, please? Seven of Swords, High Priestess. This is the answer for your mental. The Fool. I really feel like this is where you want to end up mentally. You want to be light. You want your mind to feel light. You've been over analyzing. Virgo, mentally, you've been over analyzing. You want your mind to feel light. You've been carrying a lot mentally as far as the load on your mind goes, and you will feel clarity if you just focus on letting go. Try to clear your mind. That's the answer for Virgo. Let your mind rest over the next couple weeks. That's really a good little bit of advice for you Virgos. Okay, so physically for my Virgos, health-wise, Virgos. Health-wise, we have the Seven of Chalices. Health-wise, we have the Ace of Swords, which I really like this card for health because I feel like this is good health. Ace of Swords, because it's like a clear mind. And the Two of Wands. Ooh, this is such a cool card. Two of Wands. I really feel like health-wise, your analyzing skills will come back actually quite quickly. You know, I said mentally give yourself rest. I guess you guys are so good at analyzing Virgos that maybe you don't need as much rest as I thought. Maybe a week of rest or maybe a few days even, and you're gonna be back to analyzing like a pro. So I feel like maybe you know, because for Virgos, like I said, I know the motto is I analyze, and the planet is Mercury, which is the planet of communication. But however, we did miss the Seven of Chalices here for health. I feel lethargy in this card, the Seven of Chalices. Lethargy in your emotions. Physically getting out and getting some sort of activity is going to be a good little bit of advice for your health. I know you guys like to be in your minds and to figure things out. Sometimes going for a walk, Virgo, can actually help to clear your mind and help you to see things more clearly. So for Virgo, sun, moons, and rising babies, the next category we have for you is emotionally. So feelings for Virgos for the next 2 weeks. Feelings. Again, we have the Seven of Chalices, which is like the lethargy card. Feelings. We have the Queen of Chalices for feelings. I kind of see extreme cases for feelings. We have the Emperor. The Emperor, though, with the Queen of Chalices against the Emperor, because one is the Queen and one is the Emperor. Like with the Seven of Chalices and the Queen of Chalices, I see extremes. I feel like one is very much like succumbing to your situation with your feelings, really feeling heavy. And with the Queen of Chalices, it's more like a light card. It's more like being on top of the world with your feelings. And of course, chalices are symbolic of emotions. Like the suit of chalices, which is also known as the suit of cups, signify emotions and changeability. And so you have that potential to really take control and be on top. But don't be upset if you kind of have, like this is like a duality. Don't be upset if this week you kind of feel one moment you're feeling like this in your emotions, kind of looking in and seeing your death, and the next moment you're the Queen of Chalices and you're on top of the world and you're seeing stars. Just remember that even an emperor has good and bad days. So emotionally, just being aware of the fact that you're human, Virgos, and you're not superhuman. You're not machines. I know maybe sometimes people think you are, but let's just get another card from my clarity deck. The Ace of Wands. This is a beautiful card, and I feel freedom with this card emotionally. So if that's an indication of the positivity that you can look forward to, really, I hope that helps. The next is Soul for Virgos, spiritually, which is the same thing for me. When I wrote down spiritually, I wrote down soul beside it in brackets. So that's the fourth out of 6 things that we will be talking about in this tarot reading for you. Don't be afraid to, comment down below if this doesn't resonate, or if it does. It's not that it's not that I'm not a good tarot reader. It's just that, the energy is not specific to one person. So even if this doesn't, resonate with you completely, please don't get mad at me. Like, it's not my fault. It's because if I was doing a personal reading, I could be more specific and ask you questions in order to read a little bit better. But maybe one day, you could get a personal reading from me. I'm actually working on that. So spiritually for your soul, being carried. The Death card. The World card. Floating. I feel floating with that one. Floating with the world. And the Eight of Chalices. A broken heart. Spiritually, I want to say this, but I'm afraid because I know it might not apply to everybody. For someone who it will apply to, hopefully, this is going to be helpful. Maybe you've been through a relationship that has recently ended, because with the Eight of Chalices, you see this person's walking away from a woman with a broken heart. He's holding his chest, and it's almost like it's a death in your life because you have been, separated from this person that you loved. With the World card, this person was your world. This world is crying. So spiritually, maybe you're feeling really, really upset right now, Virgo. Let's see if we can get some clarification cards. It could also mean something else. Like, it doesn't have to mean an actual human being. Maybe you're thinking about a past relationship that you've been through where somebody broke your heart. Perhaps in the next couple weeks, you will be reminded of relationships that you've been through, and it's actually a chance for you to heal through thinking about these, so to speak, like skeletons in your closet. Because we do have the Death card, so it could be like that idea of skeletons in your closet. And thinking of, past situations where you've had your heart broken or where you've been hurt. For souls or spiritually. King of Pentacles. I love this card. I feel like this has Pan in it twice, and it's the King of Pentacles. It really reminds me of Lucifer. Soul and Knight of Wands. And Ten of Pentacles, Soul. Abundance, right? We're talking about your soul. We have the King of Pentacles. Your soul can be part of your physical being because it's a part of your body. So we do have the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, which as you see, there's a lot of pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles is abundance. And we are talking about your soul, so abundance in the soul, and the King of Pentacles, so in charge of the success of your soul, and the Knight of Wands, soaring spiritually. So even though, you know, we had a lot of sadness in your soul with the Death card and with the Eight of Chalices, and then, but also we have like the World card, but this was, it could be considered sadness for sure, because of course there's a lot of sadness in the world, but there's also a lot of goodness in the world. And I think that in your soul, you're going to be realizing that your willpower can change the world, Virgo. Your mind can change the world, Virgo. With the Pentacles, I just want a little bit more clarity, because for Pentacles, it is a very earthly suit, and you have the Ten of Pentacles, and we're talking about the souls and spirituality. And with the King of Pentacles as well, I know it's very much abundance with those two cards, but I don't see how that ties to the soul so much as to the physical realm. Like if it was about finances, you know, it would be one thing, but when we try to translate it to the soul, it kind of changes things. So let's see. Okay, the Star card. Ten of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, the Star card, which is the soul, and the Wheel of Fortune. I want to say innovation. I want to say, actually, I really want to say Aquarius, because the Star card actually corresponds to the sign of Aquarius. Virgo, I don't know if you're dealing with an Aquarius in your life. It could very well be that simple as just to say, okay, well, this card has something to do with the fact that it could be an Aquarius in your life. Maybe your soul is dealing with somebody who was an Aquarius who broke your heart. Could be with the Eight of Chalices, which was the sad, like the breaking up card here, and the Death card with the loss of a relationship. But your soul, okay, so your soul is going to be lucky. You see, we have the World card, not the World card, the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is a fortunate card because it's connected to the King of Pentacles for you in your soul, and it's also connected to the Ten of Pentacles, which is abundance. So soulfully feeling abundant. And with the Star card, I really feel like this is going to change your outlook on life. For sure, you're gonna have a different outlook on life, even though you are going through old situations and past heartbreaks. Okay, so let's go on to intellectually. So this could have to do with planning. Virgo, and planning. Excuse me, Virgo. Planning. Ace of Swords. A gift. A gift and planning. Eight of Pentacles. Quirky. Quirky. A gift, quirky. The Wheel. I'm going to get clarification. It seems a little bit unclear, as I'm sure you realize. Sometimes you need more cards to find the answer, I suppose. We're going to get to the bottom of this, Virgo. So this is your soul. So spiritually. Oh no, planning. Sorry. We're on planning. We already talked about the soul. Okay, so intellectually planning. We had Ace of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, and the Wheel. And I just want another card. King of Cups. King of your emotions. I feel like, Virgo, you are really quirky individuals with this Eight of Pentacles. Maybe you dress up really, you know, different from how other people do. And maybe you just feel comfortable being you. And that's really a good thing, especially if you can feel like that in the next 2 weeks. If you can just feel comfortable in your own skin intellectually, I feel like that's a gift. With the Ace of Swords, I feel like this is also a gift from Divine. You're really going to be feeling mentally sharp. So intellectually, I know that's not the same thing as mentally because we already went through mentally, but mentally, intellect, and intellectually can be combined. And I do see that in this card. With the Wheel of Fortune and with the King of Cups, which I had in reverse, I feel like something's going backwards. I'm feeling like intellectually, Virgo, you're not trusting yourself, but keep in mind that we were, like, I know that your motto is I analyze, and so maybe you feel like if you let go of always being in your mind and thinking that you, like with the King of Cups, but like maybe you just feel way too emotional and you feel like you can't make your right decisions being in that emotional plane with the King of Cups. But remember that just like the King of Cups, intellectually, okay, in your mind, with the King of Cups, he's still the king, right? So even though, Virgo, he is the King of Cups, he's the king of his emotions, and he can still rule an entire, like, you know, city. And so what does that mean, like in layman's terms, right? That means that you don't have to feel bad because you're feeling emotional, okay? Maybe you're feeling a little bit less intellectual in these next 2 weeks, but connect to your creativity. With the Eight of Pentacles, connect to the earth. Let bygones be bygones with the Wheel of Fortune, and look at things in a different way. Try to see things in a more clear way and a more concise way, for sure. But remember that if you feel emotions, it's not a bad thing. It doesn't mean you're not an intellectual. It doesn't mean that you can't analyze, that you're not a real Virgo. You know, that even if you don't always feel like you're yourself, it's not a bad thing. You will always be you, and you will always be the most amazing Virgo that you can be. And, you know, just remember that the world will keep turning, and just remember to always be yourself, okay? Because if you can be yourself, that is the best you can leave, and you can leave a good mark on this world if you remember to always be yourself, quirky or not. You know, you are the king of your life. You're the king of your emotions. You will feel emotional sometimes, but you will always have your emotions in check, and you will be able to think properly, just like the King of Cups. You know, and not everyone's always perfect, but you have the Eight of Swords. So even if you feel like sometimes you're a beginner in your mind, that's a good thing, because with the Wheel of Fortune, the wheel is always turning. The wheel is always turning in your mind. And remember, when you are learning new things, that's actually a good thing for your mind, because when your mind learns new things, you keep your mind healthy. Well, okay, that was intellectually. And the last one for the subject is financially. Financially, so money and career for Virgo. Money and career. Eight of Swords. The Wheel again. Money and career. Connected to intellectual. So I feel like because we had the Wheel and intellectual, now we have the Wheel and financial for money and career. It is very much bringing the intellectual with the Eight of Swords, the mind, the abundance of your mind into your career. And then with the Eight of Pentacles also being yourself, and that is what's going to forward you in your career and in your money situation. Let me just bring one more card just to finish off. I'm not going to clarify anything. I just want to leave you with a nice message, Virgo, okay? Wheel of Fortune again. Wheel of Fortune. Lady Luck is on your side, okay? Remember, however the wheel turns, Virgo, that Spirit always knows what's best for you. Keep your positive attitude. Keep believing in yourself. You are a special person. You know, maybe you sometimes feel like you overanalyze yourself or the people around you. Don't be tough on yourself. Remember that the wheel is turning in your favor. Bye, Virgos.